wonderful to be here and to see all the incredible changes. And it's also great to see and to feel the things that have not changed.
I've always been grateful for my Barnard years when it was not always easy for people to raise a $400 a year tuition fee.
I still remember the day that my uncle sat me down and he said, "What is the name of that school on 116th Street? That's where you're going."
And I remember going to Bob Pack, my poetry teacher, and saying, "I'll never be a doctor. I can't dissect the fetal pig." And he said, never mind, you'll be a writer."
As my parents and I were approaching Millbank Hall, several bleary-eyed young women, primarily attired in black, leaned against the columns, brooding. I thought to myself, these are my people.
The enticing world of art history was opened up for me by the very American professor, Marion Lawrence. Notice the play of light and shade. Next slide. Notice the play of light and shade.
We really lived in interesting times, those of us who are here for our 50th. And the high point of my activism at Barnard was the Bermuda Shorts controversy. Do you remember that?
It really causes us to think again about some of the privileges and rights that we have won, those choices, and the many places where they still do not have those choices.
As testing becomes more and more important in narrow areas, the curriculum begins to narrow, and you see more schools without art, without music, without phys ed, without any of the things that many kids would find interesting and motivating to keep them in school.
A lot of people my age have long left the classroom. This will be my 10th year of teaching. And to me, it just seems so important that educated, intelligent, committed people stay in the classroom where they have direct contact with children.
Working with the girls from the African Leadership Academy made me realize that this kind of idea of leadership, this big obtuse definition that we use here at Barnard, doesn't necessarily mean anything unless you have somewhere to use it.
What happened to the dreams, the imagination, particularly the political and social imagination that was ours when we came of age in the 60s? Are we, as we age, the same people that we were when we were young?
While we were wandering around, Arthur was asking about my Barnard gang, all of whom he knew, and he wanted to know about Eleanor, who is a lawyer in Baltimore representing kids in foster care and set up an art center in her neighborhood. And then Arthur said, "You know, I always think that was the most interesting and impressive group of women I've ever known."
Your revolutionary work in this realm of diagnostic medicine has profoundly changed the way all pregnant women are screened, and as a result, changed all of our lives for the better.
It wasn't very easy trying to balance the academic load that's here at Barnard, and all of us know what that takes, but also trying to make Olympic teams at the same time.
I thought about what President McIntosh said every week during students' assembly. Use your education. Be involved in the decision-making process for the benefit of your community. I said to myself, I better help, and I did.
The highlight of our time together in the Czech Republic, though, and of my entire year abroad, was when our writing fellows professor from Barnard, Nancy Piori, and her partner Becky met us in Prague. These were not just two professors and two former students, but two pairs of teammates, exuding such obvious love and admiration for one another that we were nothing short of family.
In a sense, Barnard has always felt like home, and I'm so happy to be able to come back one last time.